Hi, my name is Betty Ridge and I use she, her pronouns. Um, and the title of, well, before I begin my talk, I'd like to read a spring haiku that a friend of mine, novelist Laura Bernhardt, wrote a couple of weeks ago. Daffodils burst forth, bright green shoots in golden sun, new hope fills my heart. The golden purple flowers bloom in the yard. Buds swell on the trees. The yard turns green. Alternating days of sunshine and showers bring notice that spring has arrived. And, being the Ozarks, it snowed this week. Many people note the passing of the seasons by the holidays each contains. Children count down the days to Christmas or anticipate the day that school finally will let out, although probably not so much this year. Adults look forward to escaping office drudgery for vacation fun. Forgetful partners realize they've remembered a birthday or anniversary too late to provide the proper remembrance. All of these are arbitrary, human-designated dates for these occasions. But whatever our personal special days are, whatever the holy days our religion designates, although we notice that certain seasons, such as around the solstices, tend to attract holy days from various religions, the Earth's calendar is constant. Winter ice and summer heat come whether we want them or not. And twice a year we receive the gifts of spring and autumn. Those of us who follow Earth-centered paths also celebrate the arrival of each season as a holiday, whatever name each path calls it. They have done so for thousands of years at places such as Stonehenge. Today, when you visit Stonehenge, it's easy to let the commercialization of that site blind us to the sacred power it holds, with all the confusion involved with tour buses, people wanting to get photos of their kids in front of another famous place, people letting their dogs relieve themselves, people buying souvenirs and gobbling down snacks. But if you walk alone a bit, it's easy to focus on the great stones and imagine what it might have been like to stand there as the sun first came over the horizon on a holy day. Today, let us open the gift of spring. Let us delight in the brief blooms the bulbs provide us without worrying about the grass which will soon demand our mowing attention. Let us drive east of town on Sunshine Street and watch the newborn Clydesdale foals romp in the pasture with their mothers. Let us rejoice in the new life we see all around us, animal and plant. As we enjoy spring while the season unfolds, it's time to unfurl our own spring, mentally and physically. This year has been one of the most difficult and stressful in memories for most of us. More than 500,000 of our fellow Americans who were here last year to greet the arrival of spring are gone, the victims of a pandemic. Whether or not COVID-19 has touched us or someone we love personally, it has been an additional resident in each of our households, an unwanted and uninvited guest. Its dictates have changed the way we live and work every day, the way we interact with others in all aspects of our lives. We debate about, should I stop by the store to pick up an additional item needed for tonight's dinner? Should I invite a friend or relative over? Is it safe to go to someone's house, although I'm sure everyone who will be there has been vaccinated or observes proper disease prevention procedures? Attending an event is almost unheard of. A routine meal at a restaurant has become an unexpected and unfamiliar treat. In one sense, the days have dragged, each oozing into the next without much distinction. But in another sense, time has gone by more rapidly than normally. Has it really been a year since we've sat and listened to a message from Reverend Michelle in person, or enjoyed Emily's music, debated philosophy downstairs, or gathered for coffee and social time? How much bigger have our congregation's children grown, and how much have they changed since the last time we saw them? With COVID shots finally becoming a reality for many of us in Southwest Missouri, spring brings hope of another renewal, of a life and fellowship approaching that which we knew just a year ago, that which seems now so long gone. Each week, when I look at the photos of our building during the service, I think how long it has been since we've gathered there, how long since we've exchanged ideas with each other and shared the joy of each other's company. We now have hope that we will be able to start doing that safely soon. A committee is planning now for that time. I look forward to the day when spring will bring a physical as well as a spiritual renewal to this congregation of people whose company I so enjoy.
I'm Susanne Bounds, and I use she, her pronouns. While we are still restricted by the COVID virus, we come together to remember, as Betty says, how the earth continues to cycle, and that this cycle too will shift, and we can offer gratitude for what it may have also added to our lives. Have we perhaps been jarred into remembering what is important in our humanity? Maybe we have gained in patience and introspection, two things our particular culture is structured normally to ignore or avoid. Rather than looking at this pandemic as simply a burden, a dark time, a source of pain, we can look at it as a corrective, a time of reprioritizing, a time of compassion and humility. Pagan spirituality acknowledges the joyful and the painful equally, accepting both as a part of life on this earth, realizing that both are always present in our lives. Like the yin-yang symbol of ancient Chinese culture, opposites are always part of each other, complementary and interconnected. Within moments of pain or strife are gifts, as there is often some pain or strife in something joyful. Absolutes are extremely rare, if indeed they do exist at all. Spring equinox is a time of balance between the darkness of winter and light of summer. And in a geographical environment like we have here in the US, it is a time of clearing the old and planting the new, looking ahead to the growth the upcoming season or cycle offers. The spring winds carry away the old leaves, the dust left by snowfall and stillness, and new seeds are committed to the earth for nurturing and growth over the next seasons of summer and fall. Today, we will observe and celebrate this transition within ourselves. First, to clear away the old, to prepare the ground for new seed. Close your eyes and call in the power of the four directions and sky above and earth below. Take a deep breath in, hold briefly, and let it out slowly, feeling your muscles relax with the letting out of the breath. We are emerging from the time of the north, the solid, still time of winter, when we cocooned, gathering energy for the time to come when the wheel of the year shifts its focus from the moon to the sun once again. Look to the north, knowing that it bears the gifts of reconnecting to deeper parts of the earth and ourselves, old wisdom often passed over in the name of progress. We are now at the spring equinox, in the time of the east, the new birth and the new breath of springtime. Expand your diaphragm once again and take in as much air as you can. And then let it out slowly, visualizing the sun that rises in that direction and feel its warmth coming to refresh you. We are moving toward the time of the south, the summer, the blazing sun. The passions of our lives are prominent there. Turn your face toward the sun rising higher in the southern sky as the days advance, and feel its power filling you, pushing you to burn brightly. We also acknowledge and remember the waning time, the fall, the time of water washing the harvested abundance of the year for storing, the west of the setting sun, leading us into the peace and quiet of the winter. Visualize the harvest moon, big and beautiful, reflecting the sunlight that promises its return. The sky and the earth close the circle of protection around us. The sky offering high energy and mental acuity, the earth offering deep nurturing and physical strength. Now centered in our world, we can do some magic for ourselves in observance of this time of year. I invite you to stand for this first part if you are able, but you can also remain seated. Of course, please open your eyes if you stand, then reclose them once you are steady. Visualize yourself standing in a field or clearing of your choice. Look around and see all that is present: plant life, animal life, air, fire, water, earth. You see no sources of danger, only a safe place. Engage all of your senses. See your surroundings. Smell the clean grasses and trees and flowers. Hear the silence and the rustling. Taste the clean air carrying pollen and energy. Feel the breezes and warmth of the sun, and feel your body there, part of the flow of the world. Now, look within yourself. What thoughts, feelings, and actions do you find within from this last year? In your mind, what has accumulated this last year? In your heart, what has accumulated this last year? In your body, what has accumulated this last year? In your arms and hands, what has accumulated this last year? In your legs and feet, what has accumulated this last year? Do not try to search out every little thing, but allow the important ones to arise and fix in your sights. What is useful in those things that you have accumulated? Hold closely and keep those implanted to help you thrive. Then look for what you can clear to make way for something new. See those things rising from within to perch on the surface of your skin. Look at what they may have offered and feel gratitude. Now feel a sudden warm wind blow through your field or clearing, whisking away all that surfaced, leaving the strong base of your life. As you feel this wind, shake yourself to dislodge what has not been helpful in your life. Shake as vigorously as you can, like a wet dog, from your head down through your heart and body, and arms and hands, then legs and feet. Watch the things that have not and do not help you thrive blow away on the strong wind, to dissipate into the sunlight and scatter into the universe at large, made antiseptic from the sun's radiation. As the load lightens, you might feel like dancing, waving your body in rhythm with the wind and the breeze. Continue to dance and shake as the accumulations blow away. Now that the extra debris has been blown away, you can see the good, rich dirt within, from which all that you are arises. We're ready to plant anew for the seasons to come. Take a moment to savor the clean, fresh feel and retake your seat if you chose to stand. Now hold the seed you brought with you for this service. If you did not bring one, imagine one, but I encourage you to later find a real seed and repeat this meditation. As you clutch this seed, think about one specific idea, action, or feeling you would like to plant within yourself today to grow and nurture these next months into a full-grown part of your being. Where is a clear open space in your mind or heart where you would like to plant something new? Or is there maybe a space in the garden of your body that needs some new plant to help it become whole or stronger? Is there a space in your arms, hands, legs, feet, where planting a seed of action can help push you toward a stronger life? Focus your mind on the seed as you choose one specific thing you want to grow. Once you have fully magicked this seed, eat it. Feel it plant inside of you where you want it to be, ready to grow with your attention to nurturing. Examine it closely to learn what it needs, and make sure to come back to it again and again, especially in its fragile early stages, when without careful tending, it can wither and its potential die out. Keep in mind what was said in our opening words. The quality of your life depends on the seeds you water. Promise to yourself to love and take care of this seed. Now, with another deep breath, we emerge from this magical moment by releasing the energy of earth and sky, the north, the east, the south, and the west, thanking each for its role in the cycles of our lives. And open your eyes. We're not limited to one seed per season, of course, but like any gardener, we need to know appropriate times for planting and what plants play together well. The Southwest Pueblo tribes have a system of planting the three sisters of corn, beans, and squash. Corn first to poke up and grow tall and create a sturdy frame for the beans to climb. Beans second to offer corn the nitrogen it needs to grow tall and produce, and to support the tall stalks and protect them from the heavy winds. And then squash third to provide protective ground cover for the beans and corn, holding the water and the earth for all three, and preventing weeds from taking root. As this spring season moves on toward summer, consider what else you might plant within that can support and complement what you have started with here today.